I'm Bet from Bet's Makes, and today we're going to make a staggered card, a staggered insert card. And this is what it's going to look like when you have finished making it. So it'll have all of these cards that come out of the center one at a time, so you'll be able to put in lots of messages. There are 4 in total, so that you'll be able to add your greeting to the top and then stuff them inside this envelope. Now, all I used were several scrap pieces of paper of double-sided cardstock, a pen, and of course some glue. And you can get the template for this at betsmakes.com library. So let's go over to Cricut Design Space and let's start working on this project. So here we are in Design Space, and we're going to be working on our staggered insert card. This is going to be pretty simple. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to turn off my text so that we don't see it. We're going to go to Uploads because we are going to be able to upload the image we need in order to work with this particular card. So from the recent uploads, because I've uploaded mine a little while later. So we need to come here and we have to pick on the uploaded files that we've already worked on, and there are a couple of them. There's this staggered card 1, and then down here is staggered card 2. So you have 2 files that you want to upload to Design Space, and then we're going to insert those images right on to our canvas. Now they're going to come in like this. I am going to ungroup them because you want to be able to work with these pieces one at a time. Now this envelope part, if you take a look at it, should be all together as an attachment. I look at detach, and yes it is, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. We do have the flaps where we can glue it together. What we want to work with are the other pieces that are going to be the inserts. Now this one's all put together, so I'm going to ungroup it. So what you really want to do is add your greeting so that it comes out of the top of the card. Now in order to do that, you've got to take each one of these and you're going to have to rotate it because the words are going to come down the side, but you want to work with it in an appropriate manner. So I'm just going to click on this first one. I am going to rotate it 90 degrees. And I'm going to do the same for all the other ones. I want to come up to rotate once again 90 degrees. And the same for this one. You'll notice that you have 4 cards to insert, so I need the last one here. I also want that one 90 degrees. Now what we're going to do is decorate the tops of these cards, but we only want to come down about 1/2 inch, so we really don't have a lot of room to work with. Now you could put text in here. I put text in my demo one that I had put together. I had happy birthday, my treat, today's special. I put different text here, but you don't have to be restricted to text. You can actually have a little pen drawing of something else if you wish. But for today, we're just going to stick to a little bit of text, and we're going to use, say, happy birthday. You'll notice how large that is. I'm just going to use the standard text. So what we need to do is we need to shrink this down so it's going to fit across the top. And that looks pretty good. So we have a happy birthday here, but we don't want it to cut. We want to come up here and we want it to pen in place. And it looks like we have the pen in place right there. It's selected black for us, but we could put any other color we want by just coming in here and selecting the color of pen that you want. I'm just going to leave it black for now, and we'll leave it at a fine point, but most often you want to use like a gel glitter, and I'm just going to leave it like that. Now we want to make sure that those are 2 centered across, so I'm going to come up here by selecting both of these. I'm going to align them. Just click on the align here, and we want to center it sideways, which is horizontal, and there we go. We see that it moved into place. Just going to move this out of the way a little bit, and then I'm going to select both of those together, and I am going to attach them. Now this is going to print out and it's going to fit into the slot. Now I can do the same here. I can put a different set of text here. So I'm going to click on text and I'm going to put my treat. And once again, we're going to have to make it smaller to fit on here. So I'm just going to shrink it this way, my treat. We want it about 1/2 inch, and I'm going to kind of eyeball this. My treat looks pretty good. And I'm just going to go over here and measure it against there. And yeah, it's about the same size. Now I'm just guessing right now because I'm not too worried about, I'm going to move this out of the way. It keeps getting in my way. Okay, so we're going to go to my treat and we want to align that, and we want to line it horizontally. So it looks pretty good. It looks pretty close to the top for me. So I'm just going to click here and I'm just going to use my arrow key and bring it down a little bit just so it's not stuck at the top. Now, once again, this is going to cut out, which we don't want. So we're going to come up here from basic cut. We're going to click on pen, and from pen, we can pick the style of pen we want, and we figured gel was going to work, and I will just leave it at black for now, and then I'm not changing my pens up. Once again, I'm going to select both of these items. I'm going to come over to the layers panel here, and I'm going to click on attach. So now I have 2 pieces ready to put in. I'm ready to work on the next one, and we might add some text here. And how about today's special? Doesn't have to be that one. You can put any text that you want. Today's special. I want it to fit on here, so I'm going to have to shrink it down a bit, and we want it to come to the top. That's a little bit too big yet, so maybe just a little bit smaller. That looks really good. Okay, I'm going to align these once again. Select over both, come up here to align, and we're going to click on center horizontally. Now it did move, so I know that it wasn't quite in place. Okay, I'm going to click on the text. I'm going to change it from basic cut. I'm going to a pen. I'm going to come to here, and of course I want to change this back to my gel set. So 1mm gel, and I think this one was a gel too, but I can't remember. Let me just click on this, and it was a glitter. I didn't pick gel 0.8. Yep, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now what I want to do here is once again select them both, and I want to attach them. And then finally I'm going to come over here, one more piece of text that we want to add, and this time let's put "You are special." And now I've got to resize it to fit in here. Now this is pretty big, so let's see. Yeah, I can make it just a little bit bigger here. Remember, these are going to all right on here. I've got 2 S's in special. That's not going to help. So let me move that back. There we go. So I can make this a little tiny bit bigger. Perfect. Going to highlight them both. Going to come back up here to align. And then I'm going to center them horizontally. Perfect. Now I want to click on just the text again. I'm going to change it to a pen. And from that pen, I want to go for my gel again. And that looks pretty good. I'll just leave it the same color. Highlight them both. Let's attach those. Now I notice I have them all different colors. And that's just so that we can print them on different pieces of paper that are different colors. But maybe you want to do them all on one mat. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. But right now we're going to save this. I'm going to do my June Makes, and I'm going to save this, and I'm going to call it Staggered Insert Card. And just save that. And project not saved. Your project cannot be saved. Click on the internet connection. Okay, having a little issue here. And it looks like it has saved, but I'm not 100%. No, it still says untitled, so let's try saving again. Once again, I want June's Makes and Staggered Insert Card. That looks really good. Let's save it. Hopefully it'll save this time. Well, for some reason, mine doesn't want to save, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this anyway. So let's click on Make It. And I just want to show you what we're going to do here. You'll see that everything comes in a different size, and we know the card itself is probably pretty big and we're not going to fit anything else in with it. But with the inserts, we should be able to fit them all onto one and then change the color. So let's click on the green one. I'm going to come over here to the ellipse. When you click that, I'm going to move that object. I'm going to move it to the first one. I'm going to confirm it, and you'll see it change colors. And it's not quite going to fit at the bottom, but I might be able to get it up in the corner. Now when I go to use the mat, you got to remember I can cut different pieces of paper out in different colors. Now it doesn't look like I'm going to get all of them onto one sheet, but let's give this one a try and see. We're going to click on Move Object. We're going to go to that first one again and confirm it. And that one fits there. So let's see if we can fit the last one on here as well. It is smaller. So I clicked on the last one up here to the ellipse. I'm going to move the object. I'm going to come to the first mat. And there we go. Yes, they all fit on one mat. So that means I'm only using 2 mats. These other ones will disappear when I go to click on Continue. Now what I suggest here is you cut out pieces of paper in different colors to fit on the mat. So we have them based in a corner. Everything here is about 5.5 inches. So just under 6 inches across for every single one of them. This one will come down to just 5.5 inches. And then of course you can go and place one here. This one comes to about 7, so you want 7.5 inches and down. You cut those pieces of paper, you can have 4 different colors on one mat. It just saves you changing mats. And for the second one, of course, you just have the card itself or the holder itself, and there's no problem with just having that cut by itself. So you're only going to be working with 2 of these. I'm going to click Continue, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. We'll just hook up with my maker here. It'll just take a second, and you'll see you'll only have 2 mats visible here. And Design Space seems to be giving me an issue, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and we are going to cut these. So we're going to do the Happy Birthday one first. We're going to click on Medium Cardstock, and right away it tells you that you want to load your pen in, and then you want your fine point blade to cut this. When it comes to the second one, we're not changing the material. This time you're going to need a scoring wheel, and then you're going to change up to the fine point blade. So we are all ready to cut this out, and then I will see you over at the demo table and put this one together. So here we have the cut out pieces of our staggered card. We have the outside piece, which is here, and we have the 4 small greetings that we put in, and I've just written mine out in different fonts. You could do different things, such as doing it in a gold color. We can mix and match, or whatever we want to use for this. Now this is going to be a very simple project to put together. You have to decide what you want for the outside or the inside. I like this for the outside of the project, so we're going to have to fold it in. I'm going to take my scraper and I'm going to burnish it. That just means giving it an extra crease. And then we have the 2 sides here, and I'm trying to see the score line. There's one of them. Give you a nice burnish, and then the same with the other side. Just give it a little burnish to the outside edges, and then what's going to happen is we're going to fold that up and glue it into place. So what I'm going to use today is simply a 2-sided tape, and where's the start of this tape is right here. This is a tape, one of my favorite tapes to work with. It really sticks well. And I'm just going to cut a piece off. It's actually a dollar store item. We have a dollar store called the Magic Dollar here, and this is where I get my tape. and they come from Multicraft is the name of the company where they come from, and it's just an incredible tape. It's red in color, as you can see. I'm just going to cut that edge off because I don't want extras going through. Okay, I'm just going to take my weeding tool here, and I'm going to pull up that piece. As you can see, it's pretty easy to put together. Definitely my go-to tape. And that over there. So our next little job here is just to push this down so it sticks in place. And that is all there is to putting this together. But now you want to put your little greetings in. Now you can add some extra sayings or embellishments as you go. They simply will fit inside here. And they will stagger one at a time, so you can just be really creative about what you want to put in each one of the cards. And there you go. This is our beautiful staggered birthday card. And this one happens to be a birthday card, but you can use it for any occasion, and you can just really decorate these up. It's just a really treat to have that one. I see I have a little extra piece here. Just come off right quick, give it a little cut. So that's it for this project. I hope you had a lot of fun putting it together and being very creative about what you put as a greeting inside. So until next time, happy crafting.